May 2025 results meeting. Really excited for this one because, it's, as you guys know, it's our first $1 million month here. So let's give it up for ourselves. Really proud of you guys. Really thankful for you guys. And a lot of good numbers to go over, okay? So this meeting, we're gonna talk about how do we do. We're gonna recognize our winners. And at the end, we're gonna talk about building a long-term profitable agency. So 1.05 million. Incredible there. We did it for Eva. This was kind of our opportunity here because Eva we kind of had a feeling it was going to be her last month, and she's a huge producer. Now that we don't have her, it's going to be pretty difficult to reach $1 million, but that's still going to be our goal. But it was like things were working out. We're like, this could be it. Like this could be our chance here, and we actually did it. And it's all because you guys produced 495 policies. Now that was only 5 more policies than last month. Okay, at 925,000. So it just shows that every policy is so much more now. Okay, because we sold 130K more with only 5 more policies sold. And then compared to last year, we're at 831,000. So May last year was a good month too. June wasn't, so I'm a little worried about this month. But all in all, May 2025 was a record-breaking month. 1 million is a great number that we all try to get to, and we were able to accomplish that. So really, thank you guys for your hard work. All right, so average sales per agent went up a little bit, okay, not that much. Average sold per day per agent went up to 1.26. We're trying to get everybody to 1.3, which is kind of the number there where we start becoming more profitable. And what do you think the average premium was for each agent?
Oh, 40K.
40K average? A little higher.
It's higher, 60.
56. Okay, average agent right now is doing 56K. I remember me and Laura were trying to let's get everyone to 40, So that's something that is great to see. Okay, average policy is 2,129. Okay, and all these numbers have been going up every single month for the last 3 months. Speaking of the previous, this is how our year is looking. So we took a dip in March, and then we went to 490, and now we went to 496. Premium-wise, huge difference here, 865, 855, 815, 925, 1.05. What do you guys think is the reason we did better? Yeah, that's right. That's it, Alexis. Very good insight here. Because April, it was a lot of the top 3 really pushed our numbers up. Really pushed it up, okay? But then we were like, the discrepancy shouldn't be that big. So we had, agents that we need to bring up. And that's kind of like, to be honest with you, that's kind of like our philosophy or our game plan right now. We need to get everybody up to a certain level. So this month, it's going to be a lot more. Still, the top agents, killed it. But now you see how we have everybody over 35. Okay. Last month we had 6 agents under 35. All these agents getting to higher numbers is what really did it. So it's truly a team effort. And that's kind of like the direction we're still going. We want everybody in here making money. We want everybody here doing over 40K, eventually 50K, and doing well for themselves. So that's the goal, and that's was Laura's actually, project to get everybody at least over 30. Now we got everybody over 35, and now we're going to push it to let's get everybody over 40. That way, everyone's making our money, and the agency is a much more profitable situation, and we could do more fun stuff. All right. So once again, thank you guys for a $1 million month. So let's get up for ourselves. You guys really, really worked hard for that. All right, so it was our first month without farmers. What else happened this month? We got progressive. I'm going to give you guys more news on that next in a couple weeks. We're still going through some training and stuff like that. I'm getting them out of the way and be ready for that. We had the Mayhem and Big 3 contest, so 2 contests was even going on at the same time. That was fun, and it was just a great month for us. Okay. It's at the beginning of the month, I was like, oh, what's going to happen? Like the marketers, we're not farmers anymore. We had to switch our, templates. We had to shift, change our templates and how we answer the phone calls. We were just starting from what's going to happen here. After a weekend, we were like, oh my God, nothing changed. It's actually the marketer was saying, when we said Kitajima Insurance, people were wanting to talk to us more than when we said farmers insurance. So that was kind of a weird thought I had, oh, what's going to happen if we're not farmers? How are people going to respond? And after a weekend, I was like, it's actually even better. The leads are converting even better when we say we're not farmers. So what I thought was helping us, the branding, was actually not even helping us, it was hurting us. So now that we're free, we're able to sell more. And I just started pouring more into the leads. and then we got into what we finished with. So great job, guys. Let's get into the winners here. 2025 Agent of the Month for 5-star reviews. 5-star reviews, we have Victoria, great job there. Jackie, also 2.5. So we got 114, we get like 100 reviews every single month, 114 to be exact. And now at the total, we have 2,431. Pretty soon be 2,500. That's gonna be a great thing to say. So for the second month in a row, the agent with the most 5-star reviews goes to AI Chris.
I love it, guys.
Let's give it up for him. All right.
Well, first of all, thank you. I only been here for a month and 3 weeks, so I can only speak for those 2 big months that we had here in the office. But I feel like having those contests, having those 2 contests, and then the previous month having the 0.5%, like push everybody. But this personally, I said it when I came in the first meeting, like, where can I be up here speaking? Like I saw all of you guys, so I think that this one was the one that I can, after every call, just asking them how was my service, and it speak volume because they trust you and they're already committed to work with you. So just an extra 60 seconds was the one thing that pushed me to do back-to-back months. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Chris. So after every call, you ask them?
Yeah.
What's the way?
Just you really like the service, and it will be really helpful, so I can help more people just like you. If you leave a 60-second review, you
Nice.
only text us in a minute.
Now, do you text it manually or do you wait to the?
I text them manually and then I wait for them, so they
Text
have
them
2
manually.
chances to do it.
Okay. Yeah, that's smart. All right, good input there. Okay, great job. The reviews I'm really big on right now. The reviews, it's like we get the reviews, we get the leads, we get the sales, and then we get the reviews. It's just a cycle that really helps our agency a lot. Getting reviews it tremendously works well with closing ratios, your convictions, and just for lead volume too. So this is something that we very much appreciate, and this is what we need more of, especially as we brand ourselves as an independent agency. There's nothing else better than having all these 5-star reviews to prove to our customers that we're a good agency that cares about people. That's what we are. Okay. Without that, it's like we could just say that we do, but the social proof is what really helps us get more sales and leads. So great job to the whole team, especially Chris. All right, most hours worked here. Again, Chris on here, 107. Okay, Alexis is 112%. Great job there. As far as the team percentage, 93%, exactly the same as May, so we're staying consistent there. It's not getting worse or anything like that, so that's good. We have 7 agents over 100%. We have a couple in here. I want to give a shout out to Victoria at 100%. Great job, Victoria. Jackie at 104, and then Chris and Alexis in here too. So Alexis was 4 Saturdays, so very much appreciate that. As as important as Saturdays is for our operation. And the number 1 agent for most hours worked goes to? That's right, Muddy with 113%. 1 more hour than Alexis. 3 Saturdays. She's. Yeah. Don't worry, we'll see you playing here. 3 Saturdays, 4th month in a row, number 1. 189 hours total worked, 19 hours of overtime. She is a year-to-date leader for the whole year at 113%, and she's been at 100% every single month. And she finished with 71K, 2nd in most policies sold, 2nd in calls, 2nd in phone hours. So more on her later, but Muddy just had another outstanding month. And attendance is going to be something that, as we look at leaders and things like that, that's obviously going to be something that we're going to be really looking at very closely too. Okay, it's a very important metric for me, availability and things like that, dependability. So everybody who worked over 100%, those are great numbers, and I really appreciate you guys' consistency. Most phone calls, Jackie with 426, Muddy with 443, more hours and calls, and the number 1 caller or most phone calls made and taken we have in this room here, Alexis, and with a lot, not just a little bit more, 200 calls more, 644 calls. Third month in a row, okay, and made 50 more calls in April. This is the most calls anyone has made this year, or taken and made total calls. It's the most ever for this whole year, and it's actually, looking back at it, it's the most calls ever since Eva's CSR days. Because remember when Eva was a CSR, these were like crazy numbers. So now we should stop doing that. This is the most ever for somebody just doing strictly sales. So great job, Alexis. And then that also means more phone hours, right? Victoria, great job there, 55 hours. Love seeing your name here. The top three, Mari with 66. And then number one with Alexa, was how many hours do you guys think?
80.
77. Yep, 77. Okay. You guys are going to keep seeing his face, so I'm going to give you guys a warning here. this meeting. 11 more hours in April, so he's picking up his production activity even higher. Year-to-date leader also, he averages 75 hours a month and a full 8 hours more than second place. Okay, so that's a full day of talking more than second place. So every hour is very important, and that's what really results in the production we're going to get into a little bit later. Okay, so be on the phone, guys. It really helps. Win-loss ratio, Alexis once again, most consistent here. 91% of the days he's winning. Okay, so that helps because he's making these calls, doing these quotes, he's getting these sales. So 91% of the day he's getting a win. Incredible results there. Best month ever. All right, we got some people in this room here. We have 4 this month. All right, so who do we have?
Iris?
Yeah, that's right. Let's get up for Iris. Congratulations.
Go,
That was like the dog.
I want to say I'm excited. I'm excited that I was able to reach the best month ever. It was tough. The beginning of the year hasn't been a great year for me and my husband. So it's like there was months I would have to miss work, leave early. I couldn't be here, being a wife, being a mom, and having to be there for him and my kids. It was hard, but this month I pushed myself because I was like, no, I can't just keep being on the bottom. And, we're still going through some stuff. It's tough, but I'm just trying to do my best while I'm here at work. Even though my mind, sometimes I don't come in and focus because I'm just, it's hard. I'm going through so much, and we're just going day by day. And I'm just trying to push myself and do it for him and do it for my kids. So I'm happy that I was able to reach 44K. And hopefully, it's a slow month right now, but hopefully I could continue doing better.
No,
Great job, Iris. I love that. Yeah, your family is very proud of you. That's something that no matter what you're going through, you're still trying your best, and that's really all we could ask for. So her production from 25K, okay, so that's under 30. So Laura was trying to help you. Okay, let's get up to 30. So it's from 25K to 44K. Okay, that's a huge jump there, 20K difference. Now, how did she get there? Okay, the phone hours went from 34 to 36. 2 more hours. Okay, not crazy difference there. Quotes actually went from 78 to 68, went down the quote volume. So what must have changed? Closing ratio. Closing ratio went from 17% to 31%. That's how we make more money, guys. Or you could work more, harder, and get more quotes. There's one thing. Some agents need to do that. Some agents need to just increase their closing ratio because they're working hard, but they're not closing as much. Or you could work the same amount and just make more money by just closing a higher percentage of your leads. So great job there of really implementing the sales training and just making the best out of the time you're here. Okay, because you're limited on time, you're limited on energy. Sometimes you just have to make the best of every lead you get. And 31% closing ratio, that's going to be a great sign for things to come. So great job. All right. Now we have somebody also in this room here. A lot of best months evers. We have an agent with 52K. We just heard from him. Let's give it up for Chris once again.
Yeah, Chris.
AI Chris. This is probably the last meeting with AI Chris. So
staying consistent. This is one of the things, for me, when I was sitting in this room the first month, and like I said, listening to all of you guys and hearing Areli hitting 42K her first month. I'm a competitor, and I see this as a sport, so I was like, I need to surpass that, and I want to have new hires here looking out to do the same thing that I did, so I couldn't just pass 42, so I put my goal at 50. So I was happy I was able to hit it. So every morning I come in, I see my numbers, I see where I'm at, and I did not stress one time the whole month, just seeing I was on pace the whole month. So just setting yourself for that and love what you do. So if you love what you do, it's gonna come really easy, and you're gonna see your hard work paying off.
all right, awesome. Great job. Yeah, that is the agency record now. Okay, first full month, 52K. I mean, agents have usually worked years sometimes to get to 50K. So to do in your first full month, that just shows what type of potential you have. And that's the the jolt of energy we really needed our agency. We could have gone to 1 million without this energy. And I love the daily goals, the pace, just always keeping track of your numbers. Okay, if I'm here, then I need to do this much to be on pace. So keeping a track of your pace and keeping your eyes on your goal and just having it written down and looking at it all the time, doing the math, calculating, that's how you reach your goals. Okay, so that's a great example, and I hope that's something that you guys take away from it. Asking for reviews yourself, sending the message yourself, okay, and then also just daily goals. Track your pace, know your numbers, all right? 36% closing ratio, 5-star agent of the month, second month in a row, 107% attendance. All right, so great job, Chris. All right, let's move on to another agent. She's not here with us today, but Lupe was 67,000. Let's get her for Lupe. Her previous best month ever was May, all the way back in May 2024, so exactly a year ago, 65K. And she is a year-to-date closing ratio at 36%, 30 policies sold, 17K more than last month. So she has a really high closing ratio, very high closing ratio, so she's putting it together, and now she had a huge month there, 67K. And then we have a best month ever, also somebody in this room here. Let's hear from Alexis at 106.
And now?
Yeah. Big time numbers here. We'll get into Alexis's numbers here and move it along here. So new business broker fee agent of the month. Great job here with a lot of agents over 5K. Jackie over 5K, Dan over 5K, Chris over 5K, 5.5, Jeanette 5.9. So Jeanette is not in the top 3. Muddy was 6.7, Enrique was 6.8. And the number 1 agent for most broker fees in 1 month, 9,230. Let's get up for Alexis. This one we're gonna have to hear from. All right, how'd you get these specifically broker fees? Yeah.
Broker fee. Okay, so I think from the very beginning of the year, I think I set a better standard for myself to charge a little more than I used to. Some people like whole numbers. Some people like, weird numbers. I like to keep it straight. So I used to charge like 180, like last year. If you check my year to date, or last year, I was doing way less. And then I started putting a expectation for myself, do 210, maybe 205. What is 200 to 205 gonna do? And little by that is gonna build my confidence to ask for it. And if I needed it, I'm gonna lower it if needed. Then you can negotiate a little bit more. But if you don't set that standard for yourself, honestly, personally, I'm not gonna see a good paycheck. The broker fee will get you there. I personally need it. So this is a very essential part of my paycheck. The broker moving forward, and obviously policies sold is gonna get you there. The more policies you sell, the more you're gonna charge, obviously. And throughout my experience for the month, if I already had my goal of broker fee, I could be able to lower my broker fee with some clients. Okay, I'm gonna hook you up 160. End of the month, I was hooking people up because I was already at my goal. I don't need to be greedy per se, but that gave me the space to okay, I'm gonna close this policy. I'm not gonna let it go, and also I'm not gonna be disappointed in my broker fee because I know it is what it is. I retain the client, so I think that setting a higher expectation for yourself goes a long way.
All right, good job there. That's really great, guys. Giving out really good insights. That's what these meetings are for. When you guys get up here, I really appreciate you guys giving detailed specifics of what goes in your guys' minds, and I really appreciate the strategy behind it. We're not just here just trying our best. We're actually thinking about hey, what my numbers are looking like, and those are things that I'd like to hear. You guys are actually thinking through how I could make more money. All right, so average, Alexis at 210, Enrique at 200. Average as a team, it went down 175. That's because we're doing more BFPPs if necessary. But commission-wise, Chris, $771, Enrique, $858, and Alexis says the big part of his check, $1,315. Now, I would say, balance that out. Once you get to an advanced level of sales and you could charge a little bit more, I am completely okay with agents charging lower too. Okay, for the agents that need to get to 40K, okay, this isn't let's get to there first and then let's learn the broker fee game. That's another level that we could get to as the sales game. I just wouldn't want you guys to be so focused on broker fees where we're lowering your closing ratio. So for some of you guys, if your goal is just, I gotta make sure I get over 40K first, you can maybe go the opposite way of just like, hey, charging low broker fees, just getting them with our customers, because once they're our customers, then they can give us referrals and we get customer service broker fee from them. And then maybe once you do that, then you start gaining confidence and you can start going a little bit higher.
I have a thought I actually want to mention. It really depends on, you don't want to compromise your closing ratio, but also there's certain policies where you know the conversation already, you know how much you're paying, you're already set up. Okay, I'm in control of the conversation now, and then I like to charge more when it comes to, I think it's Summit or one of the National General programs. It lowers the first payment.
Summit.
So I'm like, I'm gonna do 250 easy. Like I'm not gonna do 180. Like they're already saving a lot, and the broker fee doesn't seem like you're charging a broker fee, because it's the initial payment is actually, the down payment is actually $100 less.
Really?
So make that one of your policies where you charge a little extra, where you go the extra mile there. So it really depends also on the conversation you're having. Nice.
Okay, great. And that's the key, that you're having these conversations. You know what's going on with them. You open them up where they're telling you like, hey, I'm paying this much and stuff like that. Some agents are just too transactional, where you have no idea, like you just like, you have no idea what's going with their situation or how much they're paying and stuff like that. So that's really when you're deep into the conversation, spending 77 hours on the phone, you get these information, and then that way you could, understand how much you're able to go with certain situations. All right, great job. All right, Hustler of the Month. We have a lot of nominees here. Okay, Alexis with second place in attendance, just by 1 hour. First in phone calls, first in phone hours. Mari, unbelievable month once again, number one in attendance, most hours worked. Second in calls, second in hours. And Jackie, great job, Jackie, 104% attendance. Third in phone calls, sixth in phone hours. Really appreciate you guys' hard work here. Besides this, we're also looking at quotes and text too, okay, as the hustle category. But we got to get him up here again. We don't even have to say his name. He's already walking up here.
For this one, I guess I'll just piggyback from what he was saying about loving what you do. I do love what I do. I love sales. I love competition. I think I was like born for competition. I know it. Like I know when there's a sport or something. I think my nephew has the same blood. Like he wants to be the best. I'm playing basketball. I'm like, why am I not there? So if you see that as, I don't know how you guys feel about competitions, but I love them. Like the feeling of being the best and working to be the best, not just hand it out to you. I think that's the greatest feeling, right? So, loving what you do, understanding what you do, and not only that, I feel like challenging yourself to have a better perspective, because you can also get used to having the same people around you where they're not going to challenge you. So maybe you surround yourself around other people that might challenge your perspective, and getting tips from other agents that might elevate your game, I think is also a good tip. I've tried to do that. I suppose always looked up to Laura, even Dan's perspective here and there settled here throughout the years. But I think love what you do and try to find better perspectives for yourself, just to get you to the next level.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Alexis. Yeah, and one of the things about competition, it really helps. I've been noticing that area there, Lupe and Enrique and Jeanette, something happens when you're doing a great job for yourself, is that it raises the people around you too. So competition is how the world works. It's just how the world goes around. So let's keep producing, working hard for each other, and also inspiring each other. Most policies sold. We have Jeanette with 35, Muddy with 36, and should we keep hearing from him? Let's get up for Alexis.
Obviously, the being agent of the month helped me to get there, because I took priority on some calls, but that's also me not feeling bad about taking priority calls, because everyone starts at any level. Everyone can get there. Some of us have achieved top 3 here before, so it's possible. But as far as the leads that I take now, I think I'm taking my time. I've been taking my time with them, trying to close them. So that'll reflect on the closing ratio. I guess if I have someone here in the office and I speak to them, like they come to, they want a quote, I'm gonna sell it. You know, I'm gonna convince them no matter what, because it's that person-to-person experience is different. So I'm trying to translate that to the phone, where I have the same confidence over the phone. And then a lot of the times we just block ourselves. We're like quiet and we're whispering, which is weird because no one's here to judge us except each other and ourselves. So just let the barrier down and just freaking go at it, you know, learn something from each other and have the best experience with your cause, you know, try to make the best of it.
All right, awesome. I think that's a great insight there. You know, when you have somebody in front of you, you're very cognizant of like, what's my body language? Like, what am I saying? Like, am I like, you know, looking at them, or like, you know, how am I presenting myself? So if you're on the phone, sometimes you're like, oh, they're on the phone. Like, I'm just gonna be slouch back and just be like look at my phone and stuff like that. It's like, if you pretend that person's in front of you, then you're gonna act a little differently, and that's gonna translate. Your voice is gonna change. So that's a good way of looking at it. Like, pretend right in front of you and they can see you, okay? And then that's gonna help your closing ratio. All right, team closing ratio results. We have some extra stats here for you guys. Closing ratio, thanks to Laura and the SSS team, is going up every single month. Okay, we're getting better at this. Like Alexa said, we're just working harder and we're getting better at it. 28.1% is something that we're very proud of, and we're very happy to see. Closing ratio wise, individually, Jeanette, Diana, Espedi, these are incredible numbers. These agents, if they just quote more, they'll be up there too. So some agents, it's like, hey, you're doing good, you should quote more. Some agents are like, hey, you're working hard, but you gotta, you know, so that there's a balance there, but we all have something we could all get better at. And closing ratio, these agents are really killing it with their closing ratio. Agency accuracy results, okay. This is Yuchan's category here, Yuchan's favorite category. Aurelie at 86%, okay, great job Aurelie. Iris at 90%, okay, inputting everything carefully. And Alexis with the volume he's doing, 94%, so let's get for Alexis again for this one. And these contests that you guys really enjoyed, we have these results here. Enrique, Alexis, Jeanette winning this contest here. Mayhem was a very short sprint. She worked Memorial Day. That really helped her out. And so did Jackie. I really appreciate her for that too. And they were the winners for this category. And the big three results, these are for Nat, Jen, Kemper, and Aspire. And these are the agents that really took advantage of this contest. Jackie, Mari, and Alexis at number 1. All right, and then we have also a little preview maybe of something that we're gonna kind of get into. Morning Huddle Team of the Month. All right, so we just get the average policies sold per team member. Because some teams are 7, 5, and 5, okay? So the late shift, there's more agents, 7. And then there's 5 in mine and 5 in Laura. So this is the average average sold per team. So my team was 23 policies per agent, last place. So I might need to fire myself in this role here. Team Espedi with 25 policies per agent. So, and then the number 1 team for most policies sold per agent goes to Team Laura with 30 policies per agent. Let's hear from Laura. Maybe not specifically about this contest, but just anything you want to share.
I'll talk about this. Okay. I think for me, I strive to not necessarily just look at the activity and the quote time as a win, but more of like what they're actually converting within that time that they're on the phone. So whenever I see that they won because they had quotes, I'm asking like, which from what you did yesterday, what of that is a potential for today or for the days to come? And I think that I always try to tell everyone like, just, don't leave the day without nothing. Like, try to at least close something. So just like today, I looked at the numbers from yesterday and I was like, oh, everyone in my team got a sell yesterday, at least one. That's what matters. So leaving the day always with a positive, even though you get the L, but looking at the actual conversion and what you converted, and look at that as a win on a daily for themselves to still keep motivated. So yeah, so I'm proud of my team. Yeah,
there you go. Good job there. Yeah, thank you, Laura. So this is going to be a little bit of a preview of a next contest coming up. We might do something like this. Okay, Morning Huddle is a great way for you guys to get together, not only share what you've been working on, but also inspire each other too, and give tips like you guys did here. So it's going to be a fun one, and more news on that potentially coming soon. Top tier agents, we have a lot of agents over 50K. We have 50% of the team, 56 is our average, so it makes sense that over half our team is over 50K. Okay, and 3 agents out of 17 over 75K baller tier, so that's extra 0.5%. So that's 17% of our agents there. All right, let's move on to top 3 most premium. Who do we have here? For the 3rd place finisher for May of 2025, 75K big baller tier. Let's give it up for Jeanette. Let's get it up here.
Well, I'm seeing everybody that everyone's doing a good job, and I'm like, I want to be up there like I was like last year. So then my mom, I don't know if you all know, but she has cancer, so she's gonna get her breast removed on Friday. So I'm not coming to work. So that was in the beginning of the month. I was like in the bottom, but then I said, you know what? I can't let that get to me because life goes on. And now I have to support my kids, and So, and that's what I did. I'm like, I'm going to do this. And I got to 75K. And I'm buying a home. So that was my biggest motivation right now. So and I continue. And I'm going to continue to do better.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right. Let's go for Jeanette. Well, yeah, thank you for sharing that. Going through difficult times like that sometimes makes you step it up a gear for your family.
Yeah, I have to.
And congratulations on you're planning to?
I'm doing it
Yeah?
already. It's an escrow.
Oh, really? Oh, great. Congratulations.
Pool party soon, guys.
Yeah. Where is it?
It's here. It's in Anaheim.
Oh, okay, good.
Where I live.
Okay.
Like 5 minutes away.
Okay, great. Well, let's go for Jeanette for that. I didn't know that. That's really exciting. All these years of working hard in this business. Awesome. Well, yeah, that's what I love to see. We've had multiple agents do that here, and that's something that I'm very proud of, because that is a big financial goal that everybody has, and it's something that doesn't happen with just instant gratification. It's just many years of putting the work in and seeing it pay off is something that I'm very happy to hear. So thank you for sharing that. I didn't even know about that. So.
I didn't tell anybody.
Oh, yeah? All right. Well, once again, I'm very happy for you and very proud of you because that's not easy to do. A lot of people can't do that in Southern California. But, as you have more years underneath you, all those habits that you developed, that definitely helps out.
And working for you has helped me too, Dan. So, yeah, working here is from all the companies. I've said it before. From all the companies that I've worked for, because I've been in the insurance for 26 years, and I think you're one of the best companies that I've ever worked for.
Awesome. Did you get that? Well, thank you, Jeanette, for your loyalty. That's just something that means a lot to me, and those are the type of stories that makes me want to make sure I do the best I can for you guys. All right. Top 2 most premium here. We have somebody in this room here. And who do we have? Let's congratulate a big number here. 85K. Let's get it for Enrique.
No, yeah, just consistency. Trying to help people. And just have a goal set in mind. Minimum for me is always 75, and then anything after is just extra. But that's how I do it. And just helping people at the end of the day.
Nice. It's that simple. That's something we're going to be talking about more, helping people. That's what we do here. And I like that you have a minimum goal, of 75. You just set your goal. Energy flows where your focus goes. So your focus is on 75K and your energy goes there. So I love that that's your goal there, and everything else is extra bonus for you. But 2nd month in a row, 91K in April, 103% attendance. Second in broker fee with 6,800, 100% retention. Okay, so that kind of shows like, hey, I'm just trying to help out the customers. I think the customers could feel that because they're staying with us. Second best in win-loss ratio. Okay, first in text message, first in quotes, and 34 policies sold. So I think one thing that I want to I look back at your month, how it went for Enrique, is that it wasn't a great start, and I think one of the things that Laura did, and we kind of recognized oh wow, it's a lot of quotes, but not that many, not that many sales. So we had a quick meeting. Laura had a quick meeting with you, and I think you've always had the consistency and the skills and stuff like that, but this time you just bring in the attitude and adaptability and understand, and then locking right back into okay, let me get closer to the script here, and then from there on you just had a killer rest of the month. So attitude and adaptability, that's something that is just you add it to your I don't know, your whole skill set, I guess you could say. And that's something that is taking to a whole nother level here. $6,460 in commission. Add that, close to $10,000, but it was close enough. $9,817 is what he made last month. So let's get it up one more time for Enrique. Really proud of the professional that you continue to become. All right, last but not least, Agent of the Month. All right, who do we have here? Let's get up for Alexis. We'll have you say something afterwards. 2 months in a row, Agent of the Month. 2 months in a row over 100K. Third time Agent of the Month now, this year. His year-to-date average is 83K for the whole year. That's what he's averaging. Fifth straight month in the top 3, 112% attendance, second. 444 policies first. 644 phone calls first, hours first, win-loss ratio first, attendance second, text third, quotes third. So he has the 2 referrals, and we'll talk about referrals maybe a little bit more as we kind of put a little bit more maybe emphasis there perhaps, but he already has those 2 referrals, okay, Jackie and Enrique, so that gets him up to 8.5%, add those 2, 9.5% commission there, okay, and he had those contests. He finished top 2 in both of those contests. So he made $6,000 in premium, $1,300 in broker fee, Mayhem Big 3, and so that's $8,000 in commissions, and more than that. So he made $11,000 and 11.8K last month. So second month in a row making over 11K, and he's definitely on pace to make over 100K this year. 100K in sales, but 100K in actual real dollars for this year. Okay, definitely on pace. We have about 3 other agents that are pretty close. If they have a really strong second year half, we could get them up there. So it's great to see agents making money in this business, and he's definitely leading the way this year. After this month, it will be a full first half of the year, but the first half of the year, domination by Alexis. Let's get up for our Agent of the Month. 106K, Alexis. What's your goal for this month?
My goal for this month is I just look at the actual premium that we're getting paid on. That's the one that I see in the bank account when you pay us. So that's my motivation. But as far as that, that's why I asked you to put the tracker for
the pace.
The pace at the very end, because that keeps me check of as to what I'm actually making. So I don't really check this one too much because I know it's going to take care of itself. But in the beginning, I do take care of this one first. I offer whatever is best for the client. I think we all do, but I need to get to the 0.5 first, right? That's my first initial goal. So these big policies can obviously get us there. But I guess just looking at the best interest for everyone, being inspired, I suppose, finding out what inspires you. I don't know, everyone has their own type of lifestyles and what moves you. I know what inspires me. I also like to push people and feel inspired by other people. I think if you allow yourself to be inspired and once again not get used to the same environment, same context, so then that's when complacency happens. First, adaptability can become complacency, I feel like, easily, right? So you're a constant state of adaptability, I think, and seeing new perspectives is what's going to get you inspired, because you're not going to be comfortable, and just comfortable is going to be the death of inspiration, I feel like. So find whatever inspires you. Sometimes my bills inspire me, my debt, that's been more than enough reason. But I feel like each other. I think I have a good grasp of what I want for my future, and having a child on the way is a necessity as far as I have to take care of. So it's a non-negotiable. I have to be here. So that's what inspires me. So just find your inspiration, I would say.
Awesome. Great job. Yeah, we all have something that inspires us. So think about what inspires you, guys, okay? But the responsibility, that's a big piece. Not just what you want, but it's like what you have to do. There's 2 sides of it, what you want, but also what you have to do. And both sides of it works So tremendous month, guys. What's next for DKIA?